Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Terry's Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And goddamn, I feel like I'm in paid in full right now. Paid in full flights, goddamn air. Paid in flights, goddamn air. Dame Dash, holla at me. Now look, check this out. We're gonna get into motherfucker how to sense energies. How to sense, you know, sometimes you be around motherfuckers, you sense weird ass energies. Sometimes you be around motherfuckers, you sense positive ass energies. But a lot of times we can get absorbed and lost into what actual energies we're catching. So that's what this video is gonna be about. Because you could be blinded into an illusion based upon a person, place, or thing, and then it could be a false energy on a false pretense, and then you participate in it thinking that is going to help you in some way, shape, or form, and then both of y'all get led off the bridge. So for the most part, that's what this motherfucking video is going to be about right here. So let's talk about how to sense energies. Now, first and foremost, this is what you're going to need to do. This is what you're going to need to do. You're going to have to go somewhere in the motherfucking closet, go somewhere and brood. You need time to yourself. Anytime you're in a circumstance or a situation when you're around others 24/7, and I'm extend to even just saying others, people, places, and things. You could be playing a game 24/7. You could have something on your mind 24/7. But definitely when you're around people 24/7, your spirit is not going to have the time to actually expand in the nature it needs to expand in. Because you're constantly going to be expanding into other people's directions. And when you're constantly around other people's spiritual spiral rail in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, then y'all constantly have to relate. So you constantly being smothered, or anytime you're willing to expand, you have to either go around or apply or compromise with someone else's space, just because y'all are around each other 24/7. So it's important to have some time to yourself. I don't give a fuck if you married. Y'all pick motherfucking rooms that y'all can go into at least 2 hours a week out of the week. If y'all that close, you know what I'm saying? This is why marriage is even a program. But for the most part, you need to understand you need some type of personal time. That's the only way your spirit can correlate and spiral and do its expansion and contraction in a fluid manner that it can. You know what I'm saying? So understand that. We get lost into the physical flesh and relations of how we look at things. You got to reorchestrate. Now, check this out. Once you get into, and reason why I broke that down, because these are easy ways for you to start understanding your own thoughts, your own emotions and feelings. So you'll be able to decipher what you're catching and what you're actually emitting, aka these thoughts and feelings that you're catching from the universe, from other people, places, and things. And then when you construct your own thought and feeling and emotion, what you put out. A lot of time, your science and your spaceship that you construct and your cloud that you put out be mixed and mingled with a bunch of other people, alchemy and chemistry and elements and shit. So this is what this video is about. So once you go somewhere and you can start to clearly understand how you think, how you construct your thoughts, how you construct your feelings and emotions, therefore you can start deciphering, you know what I'm saying, this feelings and emotions and thoughts is minds, and you will be able to decipher the difference between yours and the ones that's coming to you, because the ones that's yours is the ones you've been developing, like your conscious light bodies. So you've been experiencing in life, so you've been receiving, and then you've been constructing your own thought and idea, your own perception. Then that becomes the spaceship, aka a plexus, a wheel, or a chakra, or a light body that you created yourself to be aware of this astral travel when you run into something familiar again. So you already have pretense thoughts that come from past or memory or past experiences, and then you're constantly developing. So when you receive a new experience, you constantly develop and construct a new spaceship. So for the most part, you need to go somewhere, clearly start to understand that. Therefore, when you be around others, because it could be real easy, especially if you're a person that's just in the everyday life, everyday world, you got a job and shit and things of that nature, it's real easy to just be catching millions and trillions of feelings and vibes and thoughts, but not even taking it too serious. You know what I'm saying? You'll even go home thinking like, was that about me? Nah, that wasn't about me. Or nah, I might be thinking about it the wrong way. Or nah, I think I'm overreacting. I don't think it was like you'll go through these moments because you apply yourself with the regular day-to-day every day without actually being able to have that time to yourself to be able to decipher what you're actually feeling and what you actually caught. A lot of times you be actually right. You be like, yeah, that bitch was talking shit about me. Yeah, she was. But nah, I may be overthinking. No, homegirl, you might be right. But see, if you ain't got that motherfucking time to yourself to be like, nah, I don't think like that, I don't feel like that, so where did I catch that thought and feeling from? If you ain't had that time, if you ain't get those times to yourself to understand your own state of being and your own true nature and your own thoughts and feelings and emotions, then you will constantly be going day after day, going through these situations, being unsure, all the way to it manifests into a physical fight. Now you got scratches on all on your face, you got to call off work and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my females, you know, males, y'all go through similar type things and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Your car might fuck up before you even get to work or whatever the fuck you got to do and shit like that. You know, crazy fucking shit. Or if you a motherfucker on the block and shit like that, things fuck up. So you had somebody in your house or something like that, and now those shit gone. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where your fucking shit at. Now you calling everybody, nobody picking up the phone. Everybody was calling you yesterday. But today, you can't get in touch with nobody. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? So you still saying this is some crazy shit. So you need to know these type of situations and to pinpoint the exact person. That's what this video is about. So let's break it down how we can sense energies. Since I broke down, first you need to understand your true nature, because you can easily get confused, all mixed up in the conscious wave flux in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. So keep that in mind. Now, when we talk about sorry about that. Now, when we talk about motherfucking sense and energies, now you have to be sensitive. Once you know your own, you're sensitive to your own feelings. You know what I'm saying? You could be around others and still be sensitive to your own feelings and thoughts and be like, okay, this is me and this is my thoughts. Okay, now you're on board. Now you're getting ready to become a sensei. A person who can master the 5 senses. A person who can master picking up senses from others. You can sense other people's taste. And I'm talking about from a 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional level. You can sense a person's taste based upon, in the 3rd dimensional level, what they got on or how they carry themselves. You can sense or you can feel a person. Sense, you know, just getting real sensitive to the senses. You could become a sensei. Therefore, you could become a master manipulator. But I don't want to teach nobody all that type of shit. But we're going to get into this motherfucking shit. But for the most part, once you become a sensei, you become sensitive to the senses. So therefore, since you know your own senses, now you're just sensitive in general. Now, a lot of my water signs know about this, especially Pisces, because y'all are automatically sensitive. So this video is especially for y'all, because now y'all can know how to anchor this and not let this kind of energy overwhelm y'all. Because a lot of water signs, especially Pisces, do this 24/7. But since they might not watch Archangel Uriel, or they may not be into astrology, or they may not be into anything spiritual, you know what I'm saying? They may not be aware of that this is what's actually going on. So they constantly just dealing with people, taking other people's problems, relating themselves when they shouldn't be relating themselves, carrying on conversations when they shouldn't be, applying themselves with other people's situations when they shouldn't be, just based upon how long they knew a person or being a friend and shit. And then them caring by that water, them caring, they're not able to see the outer, airy, lighter versions of the surroundings. They're just able to see the heavy, water, condensed realm of that reality. So they will help you before understanding what's logically around helping you for. So that a water sign will fuck their own life up just based upon them trying to help somebody fucking else. So, you know what I'm saying? Pay a very close attention to what I'm about to break down right now. So, now, talk about sensitivity. Since you know your own, now you got to be sensitive. So now when you're around others and things of that nature, right? You're going to be picking up certain vibes, picking up certain thoughts. Now, you know your vibes and thoughts. You know you always constantly receiving. Your senses receive. So since you're sensitive to that attribute receiving, you know your senses ain't doing nothing else but receiving. So the moment you start to think, you need to realize you just got that from something. And then if you just caught a feeling or caught a thought real quick and then you start to talk too fast or you start to express it like, yeah, I'm about to do this, you need to realize that is not yours. You acted too fast. You got possessed. You ain't even formulated, thinking, constructed yet. This is where we get the whole concept of people in the world. People could point at them and be like, look, man, you acted too fast before thinking. Or look, you ain't think clearly enough before your actions. It comes from these type of scenarios. You get possessed real fast. Because when you create a thought or an imagination for yourself, right? Say you receive something. You're receiving a thought. So you're receiving a body form, a thought form. It's a spirit in the astral realm that wants to experience this realm of reality. So it can go into that vessel. It can go into that bloody womb. It can go into that fire. Falling in fire. When it begin to bother this, baby. You know what I'm saying? Flying around. But yeah, that's what spirits do. So that cloud, listen, you need to understand this. In astrology, fire, the element. All the ancients knew about the elements. So fire represents passion, imagination, creativity, movement. That's That's what fire represents. So when you got an imagination, when you got a thought form, when you got a passion, an intuition, right? That creates a cloud. That cloud is fiery. That's a light body. Now, as spirits, right? Your spirit is your space. It's no shape and form. It's no thing, no shape or form, right? So it's just a state of being. Now, you're going to resonate with something based upon the thought and imagination, aka the fire cloud I just emitted in the universe, right? If a spirit resonate with it, it could go into that thought form and it could ride that body of light. And then that body of light travel through the astral realm in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension and then get attracted to whoever resonate with that energy. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, now, you're in a realm that was here before you was. So that means you are a mini version, a micro version. That goes for your spirit and the bodies that you're creating for yourself. So you come into this world receiving to create your own engineering, your own spaceship. And once you do that, now you could develop, you receive the thought or the feeling based upon the experience, construct your own perception of that, then boom, based upon, now you emit your frequency vibration that you was vibing on into the universe. Now it's an energy. That's what came last. The conscious is an energy. It's a light body. It's a cloud. Now I could do the same process. A lesser spirit, lesser than you, or greater, or whatever the spirit state of being want to be in, could go in that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you have to be careful. We're trying to do things too fast. The first thing that hit your mind. Believe me, I'm an Aries. Sag, 8 degrees Sag moon, 17 degrees Aries, 17 degrees Leo ascendant. God damn it, fucking Aries, fucking Mercury. You can't motherfucking tell me that I ain't did shit my whole life before motherfucking thinking. So I know that realm very well. I know doing things before thinking very well. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, we're going to be in a circumstance, in a situation where we don't necessarily need to do that. Now, if you're a quick thinker, fast on your toes, you're able to construct your thoughts and feelings and emotions real fast. I have developed that spaceship for myself because I had to, based upon the circumstances and situations I was in. I had to learn what I was doing wrong, but those situations and experiences, period, helped me develop my spaceship fast. So now I'm fast on my toes. So now I could do this without being possessed. But you need to be careful when you're receiving first initial thoughts and first initial emotions and feelings and quick to be like, oh, that's me. Oh, I do that. You see what I'm saying? Be careful. Now that you're sitting back and being able to decipher and be sensitive to the energies, now you're sitting back, right? And then you're going to catch certain vibes. You're going to catch certain emotions. Now, since you know yourself now, based upon everything I just broke down, you're going to be like, okay, this ain't my thought. This ain't my feeling and emotion. Boom, that's an indicator. That's your spirit letting you know you got that from somebody else. Now, whoever you around, you may not know how that cloud is floating yet. So now here's the thing. See, you just tapped into the subconscious realm. That's what the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional realm deals with. So now you picked up something based upon your state of being. You picked up the vibe. Now, vibes always get manifested in the 3rd dimension, slowly but surely. It may take a little time, a little energy based upon how much light or how much attention is being paid to that vortex. But for the most part, now just sit back and observe. Here's the thing. Certain words, certain body language ain't going to have no choice but to play out into the same energy signature of the vibe that you felt. Because the vibe that you felt came from that realm first. Now, once you are able to see something or hear something or pick up something that you're sensitive to based upon the 5 senses of yourself and others in the 3rd dimension, those are going to be the 3-dimensional representations of what already have played out in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. As far as subconsciously. Now it's getting ready to be perceived consciously from non-physical to physical. So boom, sit back, right? Now you're going to hear certain words and you're going to see certain body language. The moment you get the attention of, you hear a certain word from a certain person that remind you of what you just resonated with, that you just felt, boom, that's your spirit letting you know, oh, that came from this person. You know what I'm saying? Remind you, if you got to be spiritually inclined, whatever the person may say may have nothing to do with what you felt. You see what I'm saying? But it's certain words that they have no choice but to say. Their tongue have to move in a certain way. Their mind is constructing a sentence in a certain way that it has no choice because their state of being is vibrating in that frequency. So regardless of how they cover it up or lie to themselves and then present whatever they consciously and logically present to the 3D as far as body language and words, that doesn't matter. What you gotta sense it, and then the words have a sense after it come out, and then the word may not have nothing to do with how you felt, but it's carrying the same energy signature, so you'll be able to pick up like, oh, okay, it came from this person. So now watch this person. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to tell if this person is a liar or not. You'll be able to tell if this person is really for you or not. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to tell if this person is just a person around or what. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to tell all that shit. This is living in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension while you in the third dimension. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. Keep that in mind. What's wrong with you? So, yeah. So this is how you sense the energies. You have to make sure. Now, if you're a party person, never have time to yourself, it's going to be hard to do this. So you're going to have to need more time to yourself so you can learn how to decipher between what thoughts and feelings you're constructing and which ones that you're catching when you're in the moment amongst these other people. Because like I said, when you're a person around other people 24/7, you catching thousands of shit. And then you around a bunch of other people who don't know what's going on. So that's like a fucking domino effect, because these people get possessed every day by thousands of entities, and then thousands of entities get attached to thousands of entities that's greater than them that want to experience lesser realms. So, you know what I'm saying? You got like 100 demons. So this is where you get the concept of motherfuckers going crazy. Psychopaths. Fucking, they got 100 fucking demons on them. 100 fucking spirits on them. 100 fucking ideas in their thoughts. 100 fucking separate clouds with a spirit in it living its own separate life. If these motherfuckers was to have a kid, they kid would be fucked up. They kid would be mental. They kid would carry all the attributes, because the spirit of whatever spirit that's resonating in the same state of being of whatever fleshly fluid this person is getting ready to create, right? The spirit gonna go right into that also. So, motherfucker, you just gonna keep creating shit, and you got all kind of shit, and y'all motherfuckers got all kind of beings from other constellations creating all kind of worlds down here. Worlds that don't even relate to the worlds down here. You know what I'm saying? Worlds that don't even relate to the worlds down here. So you be looked at as a fucking crazy. A motherfucker who need a straitjacket. This is why you see people in straitjackets. Ain't no telling how many motherfucking, ain't no telling how many worlds and beings these motherfuckers is being controlled by. Of beings that just want to come in 3D like they ain't never been here before, and they come diving in this motherfucker's fire. You know what I'm saying? And coming into all this motherfucker fleshly fluids and shit. Then they're in the one dimension, and then once he shoot his shit into a female, they become in a 2 dimension, and then now they get born within that 9 months in that trying period, and then that 9 ring, and then they come out into the 3rd dimension. Now they got a physical vessel themselves. Remind you, they were just spirits. They were just spaces traveling, looking for motherfucking clouds in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. And dumbass motherfuckers in the 3rd dimension keep creating dumbass clouds. So me in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, I'm looking at this shit like, why y'all keep creating these weak ass clouds up here? And then on top of that, all the clouds be yellow. I'm like, damn, all the clouds yellow. Like, the fuck? Y'all happy as fuck down here for no reason. So y'all, all the clouds yellow, y'all done formulated a motherfucker big ass Goku spirit bomb, and then y'all done motherfucker created this motherfucking solar plexus, and all y'all consciousness keep going, and this motherfucker keep coming closer and closer. Then the spirit that ruled this motherfucker is making y'all call him all kind of names. Jesus, hey Helios, he keep making y'all call him all kind of names and shit. Y'all living in his imagination just because he took over this space and location within the overall body we in. You know what I'm saying? But that's going somewhere else. I ain't even mean to do that to y'all. But let's get back to motherfucker picking up senses and shit. You know what I'm saying? Picking up the senses and shit, you just have to make sure that you are aware of yourself. Therefore, whatever you catch, you know, if you are aware of yourself, you know whatever you catching ain't your awareness. You're like, damn, I don't be feeling like this, so where this feeling come from? Damn, I don't be thinking like this, so where this thought come from? Shit, pay attention. Pay attention. Now start paying attention to certain words. Start paying attention to certain body language. Those gonna be the representations. Those gonna be the energy signatures of what exact person it came from. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, that will ensure you that whatever you felt as a vibe is actually true. And then here's the thing: when you talking about the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, that's like the past, and then it's telling you where you're going. So anytime you go within yourself, it's kind of like you're going within the past. So here's the thing. It's going to play out in those attributes. Always. So it's going to play out in subconscious attributes. So the vibe that you picking up from this person, it may not even be something that they're pushing off at the moment. It may be something it may be an energetic state of being that they are in when they in their own time, or when they're around others, or when they're around, you know what I'm saying? It may be something that they are in when they by themselves, when they ain't even around you. And then they start feeling and thinking about you and kicking all these energy auras out. So when they're around you, then they create more cloths, more conscious logics, awarenesses to be around you. Construct logic, aka a a personality construction when they're around you. But you always pick up a vibe. That's why when you're around people, you say you in a gang or something like that, or you at a job, or you in a corporation, or you at a business, you around somebody you fuck with, but you pick up vibes every day. Some days be more off than others. You be like, yeah, I fuck with this person, but I don't know about this person today or whatever like that. But remind you, they might have did the same thing that they was doing yesterday, but you just picked up a different vibe. Pay attention to that shit. These motherfuckers might have been in another energy. They might have been talking about you behind your back, whatever. That energy don't disappear. Energy can't be destroyed. Once it get emitted, once it gets created, that's it. It's in the astral realm. And it get added on. It get added on. The more astral travel it go through, and the more people pay attention to it, and the more people act out that energy signature. It fuels and it gets greater, and then it becomes a perception, and it becomes a concept, and then whatever realm of reality that concept or perception have grown in, everybody who lives, every spirit that have created bodies in a dimension that globe or glob lives in now, everybody have access to that source. So everybody will be able to have access to that concept. Everybody will be able to have access to that perception. So everybody will be able to agree to certain terms and conditions, because that concept orb lives in the same realm of reality that you live in. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be like a generalized concept. Now remind you, that's still a fucking body form. So a greater spirit that have been in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension know how to go into that motherfucker and utilize that. Now you got a motherfucking oversoul. Now, if this spirit got an agenda, it's utilizing that vessel and having a motherfucker agenda behind it. Therefore, everybody who agreed to the terms and conditions of that concept will carry out the duties and obligations of that motherfucking spirit. Now, me as Archangel Uriel, that's where I live at. These the motherfuckers I attack. That's how my body look in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. So these the motherfuckers I be attacking. So everybody in the 3rd dimension who get mad and upset about me, y'all are possessed by one of these motherfuckers, because y'all agree to a terms and conditions that you are truly not the authority or intellectual property of. And that's what I be talking about. I don't be talking to you niggas. I'm talking to motherfuckers in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. Motherfuckers who be taking the body forms of whole generalized concepts and ideas that only make sense and real and realistic in y'all realm of reality. But in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, these motherfucking spirits who take them body forms be having their own agendas. They get born in that concept and have a physical form, and this is how he is there. Same way it is down here, it is up there. So there are, same way you are a walking idea, you are up there. But I'm trying to explain it to y'all up there. Down here, you can only perceive it as a thought or a concept or a fire body or a cloud. But in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, this is us. You know what I'm saying? And in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension is more perception. So the 3rd dimension ain't shit. It's just based upon how we live our day. That affects how y'all day even play out in the 3rd dimension or y'all life. So in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, you got motherfuckers walking through whole generalized concepts like, okay, I want to do this with my idea. Now, in our world, this motherfucker idea may not be no gooder or no greater than in y'all world, Donald Trump's ideas. But in y'all world, this 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional being concept may be something that the whole population agree on. Shit like language. You see what I'm saying? Shit like science. Shit like certain philosophies. You see what I'm saying? Y'all with me now? Now y'all see my fight? That's who I be fighting. I'm fighting these motherfuckers. So when I see motherfuckers hate on me on the internet, I just laugh, because I'm like, okay, why the fuck I even come in the 3rd dimension? Like, that's how I look at it. It's like, it ain't no point. It ain't even no point. I should have stayed where the fuck I was at. I see why all the motherfuckers that people in the 3rd dimension be following don't come back to the 3rd dimension. I see why. I see why. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So I don't even like to fight. I spread love, and I'm trying to show everybody in the 3rd dimension that this is what it is. And the moment people fight up against me, I say, fuck you, and I just go straight to your oversoul. You know, your overlord that told me you already don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? I just go straight to the boss. You know what I'm saying? Once I chop his head off, in the 3rd dimension, whatever concept that you was carrying out the duties and obligations of is outdated now. It no longer works. It ain't nothing no more. Like, it's just, gotta switch up. You either start copying me in some way, or just stop doing what you're doing. But in some way, shape, or form, that's how 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional beings get down. So when I say I don't give a fuck about this 3rd dimension, y'all need to believe that. Me and my soul crew, yeah, me and my soul crew, we come down here and regulate shit. We ain't running, we ain't doing shit, we ain't analyzing, we not working with the government. We not having no mentality if we don't work with the government, they shut our shit down. What? Me and my fucking soul group, the government took our science and started trying to do shit. So now Archangel Uriel here, they like, oh shit, we gotta work with you. This the government I'm talking about, the elites. All these motherfuckers. When I come around, they are, oh shit, okay, my bad. You know, it's that kind of shit in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. Me and my soul group on that, that's what I'm talking about. So that 3rd dimensional shit, god damn it, we don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump gonna call me to get his fucking natal reading. You feel me? And then I'm gonna work through Donald Trump mind so he can be better for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I work on the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional level. I don't get lost in that third. I don't get lost in that 3rd dimension shit. I don't get it. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn air. Lay on this motherfucker.